What's up with it, y'all? It's your boy OT.
And Miss Dorothy.
And you are now tuned into
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
Like, subscribe, and follow wherever you get your podcast from.
That's right, Otis. Whatever you say, Otis, y'all ain't stupid. They coming to see me.
Hello, is this thing on? No, words to live by / quote of the day is simply this, and it comes from yours truly, not me, A-Ray. But sometimes you can vibrate so high that it irritates people's spirit, but it's nothing wrong with doing that, because at the end of the day, like, some people can't think past tomorrow, and that's not necessarily your fault. That's nobody's fault. It's just some people stop dreaming. Some people, I mean, you know, as kids, you always have a dream, you always have a thought, but I just feel like at a certain point in time, sometimes people just don't dream anymore, and they get complacent within themselves, and then when they see somebody else dreaming and doing big things, it's like it becomes a jealousy thing. So I guess to wrap it up and say, you know, just don't be jealous of somebody else's gift, because everybody has a gift and you can do it to the best of your ability just like anybody else. So how you feel about that one, Miss Dorothy?
You said a mouthful.
It was in my heart. It was in my spirit. Yeah.
I love it. No, I mean, per usual, you're absolutely right. I agree. Yeah. The problem with a lot of people I've noticed is that they get stuck in themselves and their own hurt, where they're struggling at, instead of working harder or working on your craft or whatever aspect of life it is. You hone in on that person that's across the room and you make it a jealousy issue, when really that person could help you.
That's motivation.
Everybody could come up together. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, people too worried about other people, and that's the problem. Worry about yourself.
Amen.
That's the first part.
Amen. No excuses, no complaining, and that has been your words to live by / quote of the day.
Yeah.
So here we go.
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
So I guess to piggyback off the last topic, because, you know, we were talking about boundaries in the bedroom, of course. Do you necessarily believe in that whole happy wife, happy life? You were married before. This is why I'm asking this question. And I just want to know. I got some other opinions from other people, but I would like to know your opinion first.
Right. Now, it is a phrase that I use quite often, like when I'm talking to married couples or just, playing around and stuff. So it's something I say. And I do agree, happy wife, happy life, but also there needs to be a phrase for, like, happy husband, happy something, or happy both of us, because no, that ain't always the case, because it's, and we'll go deeper, but
okay,
it's a playful term to me.
Yeah, and see, for me, I've always heard, and I always thought to myself, okay, yeah, but don't the man deserve to be happy too? Like, exactly. Not necessarily saying that the woman does, because she does, but happy wife, happy life, like, what I say, happy man, happy husband, something, let me do my dance. I don't know. I had a phrase, but my thing is,
we'll use AI later.
Yeah, what happens when the man isn't happy? And I don't feel like that's talked about enough. Like, I feel like sometimes women do get so wrapped up, and it's not all women, get so wrapped up into, I'm happy, what makes me happy, this needs to be done this way, versus, okay, what about your man let's just say he's paying for everything, or let's say 50-50, whatever, but he's doing the best he can with what he can, and you get upset about one little small thing, about, there's not this in the house, there's not this in the house, and he's just like, okay, babe, like, we can do this together.
Right.
Doesn't necessarily have to be a nitpick thing, like, okay, it's you.
Right. Yeah. And whenever it comes to marriage or just partnerships, in general, like whenever y'all are in the same house together, of course, you know, you and Takes stay together. I was married at one point. Whenever y'all are both at a really good mental level and happy, I mean, everything just flows smoother. The house feels just brighter, more open. Like there's just more energy rather than when one partner is carrying so much of the load. Like one partner's doing 80, the other's doing 20 or so on and so forth. And not even in a financial sense, but just in any aspect of the relationship. Like that is a relationship killer.
Yeah.
It's a burden and it's so, yeah.
So, I'll talk to my homeboy. Got a couple of them, but I asked him, I'm like, you know, why are you married? And he's like, oh, just to be honest with you, I love her, but I'm not in love with her. And he said, I haven't been for a while. And I'm just like, damn, bro, like, but why is that? He was like, and he kind of explained, like, you know, she is the breadwinner. And he's like, I don't care about my woman making more money than me. That's how it was when we got together. But he was like, I do still do things, but he like every time he has like an ideal or something, like versus like I think he wants to start like a YouTube channel. He wanted to do something. And every time he wants to do something, she shoots it down. And she was like, well, you know what I'm saying, you got this, we got a daughter, you basically got to take care of your, you know, daughter, which he is a very good dad. Yeah. But it's just like, damn, he said he's not happy. And he's like, and I think that kind of results to him doing what he does. Mm-hmm. That's all I'm going to say. And I was just like, have you ever like had a conversation with her about it? Like, you know, have you ever talked to her about it? He was like, when she does, she kind of plays victim. Like she kind of, she kind of be like, oh, well, I do this, I do that. Or she'll start crying. I'm like, ooh, I said, that's selfish. Yeah. I like and I'm like, it's almost.
It's a tactic.
Yeah, you being a narcissist in a sense, in my opinion, because it's just like, if I say to you I have a problem, and then you come to me and say, okay, well, I do this, and then it's like, well, I'm going to just start crying to make you stop talking about it. And, you know, he stops talking about it, but I tell him like, yeah, if I were you, I would reevaluate my relationship with this person. Right. I know we have a kid together, this and that, and I understand that, you know, people don't stay together forever. Even though I feel like that's a choice that you make within the relationship, because either you're going to choose to make it or you're going to be like, okay, you're just going to let it fade away. Mm-hmm. But the only reason he stays is because of the kid. That's
the worst reason to stay. That is the worst reason to stay.
It is, but he's staying because he said that, you know, he grew up without his parents, both of them. He said they are like people he will pass on the street. Like, you know, hey, how you doing? But he's not, when he goes back home, he's not going to see his people. He's going to see the person who raised him. So he's like, that's the last thing he wants to do, to let his daughter see that. And I get it. I understand. But that is the worst excuse you can use, because you ain't to tell me you're going to stay unhappy because, I hate to say it, because you have a kid with this person. I think that's when you teach your kid real life situations. Like, hey, absolutely, I don't hate your mom or I don't hate your dad, but things with us are not working. And I feel like you were either going to make it worse for that kid if you stay together, because kids aren't dumb. They pick up on when their parents are sad, mad, happy, you know, just emotions. So I don't know. I just told him, I said, bro, I think you need to get out that relationship. I understand you're married. That's my advice to you. I can't tell you what to do. I've never been married, but you ain't happy, brother. Like,
is it a smaller child?
I think she's about 3, maybe. Yeah. Okay. 3, maybe 4-ish. But
the earlier you do it, the better it'll be. Because let me tell you, before me and my ex, before we got divorced, Amira, she could feel it. Like, she could feel the energy. Yeah. And let's see. I don't know if it was like we split up and I got my own place. It was around the age of 2. Okay. 2 or 3. I want to say 2 maybe. But she could feel the tension in the air in the house, even though she's so small and you think she's just like happy-go-lucky and play. No, like you could tell whenever me and him were into it, because her demeanor would start to change. And then when we'd be happy, then she'd feel like more comfortable being around either of us. Yeah. The moment that I got a new place, she was dancing around the living room, and then she couldn't. you could tell, like, it made her so just happy, even though we weren't together, all in one room. Like, whenever she'd be with me, like, she'd still be this positive, light energy. Whenever she'd go with her dad, same thing. And even, like, me and his interactions over the course of time, they would get better. And me and him co-parent great now, of course. But, like, even seeing, whenever we'd even link up to do, like, the swap, she was just a better her. And it made it flowed better. Because whenever it's two parents in a household and they're not happy, I've lived it. It just really, they need to see affection. They need to see genuine affection, genuine love, genuine care. Because if not, I mean, you can really raise an unemotional child. Emotionally
and
absent.
that's gonna be scary, because I feel like a lot of people do have that emotional absence. Like, they don't, emotional intelligence. They don't understand when, okay, something is wrong. And I feel like as they get older, we get adults, and some of us still deal with that, and they don't understand, like, that's something that you should unlearn. Like, you need to learn, basic human emotions. Like, I don't know. But yeah, the child is affected in that situation, in my opinion, because I don't think she's old. I don't think she's old enough to understand, like, he's unhappy, because he is always around. But the thing is, he did say that she always wants to come to her, because his thing is, hey, I understand you have a career, but hey, me and her are here too.
Yeah.
So he like, you can make all this money in the world, because he said money doesn't mean anything to him, which I feel you on that. But you need some. You definitely need some.
Yeah, I mean, it helps.
Yeah.
It helps.
So he said he doesn't care how much she makes. It's just the simple fact of, like, you're never there. And so all she sees is a father, which is good, because, I feel like it's a turning point, because now it's a father versus a mother being neglectful, because she's so worried about her career that, okay, I got you, and she's good because she got you. But it's like, okay, but what about some things that he can't teach her as she grows and as a woman? Like, that's going to be some hard shit to teach, because it's going to, like, I don't think I could raise a daughter, but I don't think I could do it by myself. But who knows? Yeah. Until you have to do it. But that is extremely difficult to try to do on your own, in my opinion. And
it's like she's putting them on the back burner. She's like, oh, they're straight. I'm taking care of them. They're good. They have each other. And that's unfair. Yeah. Like, now his his needs are unmet. Yeah. He feels unheard. It's not a safe space for him. And
this is true.
Your home is supposed to be your safe haven. When there's a partner, I mean, you're supposed to be heard.
Yeah.
And he's not being heard. And I'm not saying when we doing anything, it's not saying it's right, but it's understandable. What else you expect?
I told him, I said, bro, I don't condone anything. I don't condone cheating. But when he explained it to me, I'm not going to lie to you. I put myself in his shoes just thinking about it. Like, would I? I probably would. And because it's just like, if I'm telling you something and I'm trying to solve the problem before it becomes a problem, and you just, all right, like, okay, I'll try to do better, but you never do better, then you go out. Like, he goes out and he has fun. Like, and I'm not putting him out there saying he does anything. Right. It's just me being around him and him flirting and stuff. I just be like, oh, okay. And sometimes I'd be like, dang, bro, I thought you was married. But when I asked him, like, I'm like, okay, let me stop assuming. Let me ask a question. So when I asked him, I'm like, okay, I better understand you. You need to get out that relationship. Yeah. And he's like, it's hard. But I also, just to segue off of him, I have other friends, and they're not so much married. And I ask questions because I need to get clarification. My one friend, I said, okay, you've been with this girl for almost 11 plus years. Yeah, crazy. Oh.
Common law. Right.
Yeah, common law for sure.
Yeah.
But there's no ring, there's no this, there's no that, and you have every excuse except for a solution. And I'm like, I forgot his reason why he said he hasn't, but it was like, to me, I'm just like, bro, that's why you're not. I just told him, like, let her go. Let her go, let her be happy, because at the end of the day, like, why hold on to somebody and that's not what you want?
Right.
Or maybe you know that if I do let this person go, that they'll find better and I probably won't. Or they'll find something that I couldn't give them, which is still selfish. Because it's like, oh, well, what if I let this person go and then they do go be happy? They do find all the things they're looking for. So with him, I just told him, I said, bro, like, I feel like you're selfish. Like, I'm a good friend because I tell my friends the truth, and I be wanting them to tell me the truth. But I told him, I said, bro, like, you're wasting your time and her time. And he was talking about the whole kid situation. I'm like, bro, but you the same person who told me to do something different. So why not, like, you know what I'm saying? Why, like, how come you can give the advice, but you can't take it? And sometimes I think that also is a deal breaker in relationships. And people don't know that. Like, you sitting there holding on, but you're hurting that person. Yeah. Every single moment you hold on, and you hurting them kids too. That's why I said I personally would not date a woman with kids anymore because it's not for me.
Right.
But his reasoning was just dumb. I'm just like, bro, like, and then I wonder why she wouldn't leave. And that's something I never asked, but I do want to ask. I'm just like,
I'd be curious to find out.
Like, why won't you leave? But I mean, I guess you can love somebody so much to where you like, okay, you don't want to explore the possibility of being without this person, which is crazy to think about because I've been there and done that. But
in 11, 12 years in that's all they know.
It's time to do something different. Like, I know, and I'm not saying I'm trying to push marriage, but it's just like, okay, it's like, what is the goal if you with somebody? Isn't that the main goal to get married? Like, right. To be married, to stay married, I think is the main goal. But
and especially if she wants to get married, like, 11, 12 years in, y'all share everything. Y'all are each other's person, so why not? What's the problem with putting a ring on her finger, changing her last name?
It's like that episode of Martin. Like, it's just he was so like it was the commitment thing, but he was playing so much and he couldn't see that. Like, just we've been together for 3 years, as Gina was saying, because I'm just gonna paraphrase from the show. And Martin, he asked her to marry her. He's like, okay, he said, I'll marry you, and she was like, basically, that's not a proposal. Like, he said, I'll marry you, because he's like, damn, I'll marry you, because he felt like she's trying to push him. But the thing is, some dudes are scared of commitment.
Yeah.
They scared that, oh, if I commit to this person, dang, what if I don't have it no more? Like, what if, I don't have it no more? Like, okay, this person, I'm going to love this person for the rest of my life, and that's it. And most dudes can't see past that, but it's just like, you rather go out here and just keep hopping and from person to person?
And it's crazy that you say that. Because a lot of times, it's like, and this is a thing, this is an actual thing, because I've looked into this. Like, men they'll already know who they want to be with for the rest of it. They already know their person, they already know who they want to marry, but they're going to hop around until they're ready to be that guy for her.
Ooh, I got something. Go ahead.
And, when it comes to that, you just better hope that she's going to be around whenever you are finally ready.
Yeah. And that, that was kind of my situation. Like, yes, I was a hoe at one point in time. But I made sure that I didn't hurt people's feelings along the way. Like, I say to this day, if Takesa had not still been single, then that was something I missed out on because I wanted to still do me. Mm-hmm. So I got another partner. Sorry, friends, I'm exposing y'all, but I ain't saying who y'all are. I asked him, I'm like, bro, why do you cheat? You know what I'm saying? And he was like, basically because it's easy. Like, it kind of just falls in the lap. It's not like I asked for it. I'm just like, nigga. Anytime that you say you didn't ask for it, but anytime that you indulge in something, you take that risk of something happening. Mm-hmm. And I asked him, I said, so why don't you just be single and do your thing? And his response was like, what the fuck? He said, because I know she wouldn't be there. She's not the type that I can come back to. So I'm like, so
what if she finds out?
That part. But you know what? I don't think she will. I personally don't. But if she did find out, then it's just like, like, would you be mad? But he said if she did, he was like, it is what it is. And I'm thinking, bro, to me that's not love.
He might want to be single.
I think he does, but deep down in his heart, he thinks it's that one.
Because he knows who it is, but he just not ready to.
I mean, I guess he didn't settle down, but it's still the fact of like, bro, why were you still out here doing X, Y, and Z?
Yeah.
And you're with somebody. Like, I'd rather let a person just be without me than me hurt their feelings. Mm-hmm. Versus just, we together, but I'm still doing my thing.
Right.
Until I want to stop doing my thing.
Because you're genuinely not committed. You're not fully committed. Because you over there finagling and dibbling, dabbling and stuff like that. And now you're putting your partner and yourself, but your partner at risk for other things.
That no matter if you're using protection or not. So with that being said, it's just like I'm watching it and it's just like, okay, when will you what if the shoe was on the other foot and you didn't know? And he was like, well, I always got a smart ass comment. Well, it just wasn't for me to know. But I'm just like, you're upset. You can be upset about one thing, but you don't know.
Right.
You just don't know.
You don't know.
Yeah.
That's weird. And it's like not even a, situation where it doesn't sound like needs are being unmet or things in the household where he's not happy. He just doing it just cause. Like,
just because.
That's
like some of us dudes will do shit just because I'm dropping the code today. But it's just sad because it's just like, even happy wife, happy life, you have to be setting yourself up to be that happy life. You can't just be like, oh, happy life, happy wife, happy man. Watch me do my dance. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't, you have to set things up. It has to be stepping stones. It can't be like, oh, it's a process. The process starts when you start talking to this person. The process starts when, okay, I know this is my person and I don't want to do this girl like this. Like, that's when the process, not when you figure, oh, I'm in a committed relationship, let me do right.
Right.
Like,
I think, no, for sure, because I feel like, for one, this new generation, we don't do marriage for the right reasons, majority. True. And you don't really, like, it goes too fast. Like, I know there's those situations where it's like love at first sight in the first 3 months, et cetera, but are y'all I get it, yeah, y'all can love each other, but do y'all know each other? Are y'all asking these conversations from the very beginning? Are y'all having these discussions? Like, what are your morals? What are your values? What do you think should be household role? Like, et cetera, et cetera. Those things to really know each other, because now y'all learning each other while y'all inside the house. Could be a power struggle, could be someone just acting like a lapdog. I see a lot of times, and with women too, but in this case, we're talking about the man, where it's like, I'll see these married couples, and even some that are a little bit older than us, that the husband just looks depressed. I'm sure y'all see him walking around, the wife, she all put together, and she's like, we're going to do this, that, and the man's just like,
all right,
looking like he about to go off the ledge, like,
yeah.
And it's like, how do you not, like, how selfish is that?
But you know what? I guess that's that American dream that people don't see it like that. Like, the woman should be happy. Yes, I'm not saying that. But it's like, I feel like we should be happy together, if anything.
Exactly.
So I think that was forced upon America. That was forced upon us as kids to see, oh, the woman's happy. Because you look at some of them cartoons, that's how the dad looked. He was depressed. Like, or he was out drinking, had an alcohol problem, because that's the way they deal with it. Okay, I got this nice job, but she's enjoying it while I'm just going to work every day, doing this, doing that. And then when I try to have some fun, oh, it's a problem.
Right, exactly. Right. Emphasis on it's a problem. Like, for instance, someone that likes to go out or likes to be with their friends. Like, what's wrong with you? Knew who I was before you met me.
True.
Now we're together. Now we're living together, and I should just shut all that down. What about the things that make me happy? Because I can't make you happy if I'm not.
Well, some people think they can.
Some people think they can.
Because I still, like, me, I don't get into my friends' relationships, but I'm not gonna lie to you, and I'll be lying to you if I said I didn't wage me and Takeza's relationship against other people, and not so much as I think we're better than y'all or this and that. I'll be like, okay, what's working for us that ain't working for them? Like, I know, like, for instance, I do know I want to marry that girl, but not today, but eventually. The thing is, dudes know, like you said, dudes know who we want, but what really stops some dude is it's a pride thing. Oh, I don't want to be tied down. Mm-hmm. And it's just like, but you get to have fun with the same person every day. Like, I feel like that should be your best friend. And a lot of people, I don't think their girlfriends or their wives necessarily, or they're not best friends. They're just, I had one girl tell me, I don't need you to be my best friend. I need you to be my boyfriend. And I'm like,
why you can't be both?
I was lost because I'm just like, what does that mean? Like, so basically, in a sense, I just like, okay, you keep secrets. It's some things that I will never know, which is fine. It's something probably about together I'll never know that she won't never tell me, but it's fine because I'm not inquiring about everything. But when she told me that, I was just like, so you just want me as eye candy. You want me to walk around, go eat, go here, go do this. That's what you want. But as far as having a real conversation and talking, that's not what you want. Yeah. You want somebody you want a yes man, and I could not be that with that certain person. But I just feel like it's kind of wrong to have that thought pattern of, oh, well, you have to shut everything down. My bad, I had a brain fart. You got to shut everything down because this is how I am. Yeah. Versus, like you said, I go out, I have fun, and that person doesn't, and so they make you shut all that down. Like, I told my one homeboy, I say, bro, I don't even know if I should hit you up anymore because I don't know, because you always tell me it's an issue. Last thing I want to do is start an issue in your relationship. But back to the waging part, yes, that's where I was going with this. I'm sorry, folks, I got off.
And you don't wage y'all's relationship against others, but I wage y'all's relationship against others, okay? Y'all done set the tone for me, so.
It's just like, that's my friend, that's my person. So it's just like, if I can have fun with you and I can have fun with her, I can have fun with Austin, I can have fun with everybody. Like, that's the best thing about it. But when you can't have fun with your girl, like, I feel like to me, that's another deal breaker in my book. Like, dang, we can't go out and have fun together. Or together tell me in the heartbeat, all right, bye, see you later, because she don't want to go. She doesn't stop me from doing what I want to do. So I look at other people's relationships and I'm just like, damn, bro, you can't do X, Y, and Z. You can't do this. And I had one friend tell me, he was like, well, Tagessa doesn't care. I'm like, no, she care. I said, it's just, she knew who I was coming to the relationship and I didn't try to change her and she's not trying to change me. Right. Like, that's not part of a process. That's just saying, okay, Tagessa's a homebody. I'm more outgoing. But if I really want her to go out, she will go out with me. Or for the most part, she'll just be like, you know what? I don't want to go. See you later.
I feel like sometimes what some people would consider not caring or uncaring is mistaken for actually, no, y'all are healed. Y'all have a healthy relationship. Y'all have boundaries. Y'all have respect. And y'all have balance as well. Mm-hmm. And that's okay. That's how it should be. Y'all have a lot of green flags in y'all's relationship.
Yes, a lot of
people like to justify red flags. Like,
no, for real.
No, she don't care what you do. No, she just lets me live my life.
Happily.
Because we're one, we're a team, but we're still separate people. We're our own person, you know?
Yeah, because it's like, for instance, she's going on, for her birthday, she went on a cruise. I wanted to go, but I couldn't go. But I had her mama let somebody else go that we will not discuss. But I wanted to go, and that was that moment. I'm like, oh, I got to spend a week away from her. She's about to go on another trip with her granny to San Antonio. I want to go. I just want to go because I know they be having fun.
Yeah.
But
they look like they have no fun.
I know that's the boundary. Like, nope, this is a girl's trip. I can't go. Mm-hmm. So I'm fine with that. But no, I'm like, I be trying to tell this person. I'm like, bro, she cares. She cares what I do. She cares if I come home. She cares if I'm too drunk and I drive home or something like that.
Yeah, because she text. Hey.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's like, I be looking like, dang, bro, like, I think you really trying to throw shade because you can't. Mm-hmm. You can't do it. So it's like, oh, she don't care. Like, no, she care.
He trying to make himself feel better about the situation he in.
My thing is, I'm not trying to control her. She's not trying to control me. I don't care what she does. Like, but common courtesy, you're being my woman. Hey, I'm about to go have drinks with Dorothy in Austin. Okay, cool. Or she be like, I want to drink too. Like, it's stuff like that. It's like, it's communication. So I think that's why most men in marriages, relationships, because, that happy wife, happy life thing is something that they think should be. And it's like, no, like, at what point do you say, hey, I want to look nice. I want to buy some new shoes. I want to do, like, doing the things you used to do when you were single.
Yeah.
I think you can find balance within a relationship where it's like, sometimes, I ain't gonna say I feel single, but it's like, damn, I would be doing this if I was single.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I still go out by myself sometimes. Still go out to eat. Like, if I was single, I would still do that. And shit, when I ask at work, I go out to eat sometime. And I told her, I like, shoot, if you want to do something when,
I'll bring you back a plate.
Yeah. But if you want to ever do something and you don't want to do it with me, go ahead. Like, you still have to maintain that individuality.
Self-care is
Yeah.
essential. Yes.
For sure.
Yes, absolutely. These people, well, maybe they'll get it, some won't.
I don't know. My thing is with my one in particular friend that I will not say his or her or him, shim, whatever they are, name. I just don't like the fact that you don't listen. And I don't like the fact that they don't listen to understand. They listen to always rebuttal. And it's just like, that makes me think if you do that in a friendship, then I can only imagine how you are within a relationship. Like, I play a lot.
Right.
But when she tell me she about to knock my head between the washer and dry, I chill out a little bit. But the thing is, when she does have an issue, whenever she has an issue or problem with me, Takessa will verbally say it. It ain't like, oh no, I'm not gonna address it. I'm just gonna, cause I'm the same way. I'll tell her I'm mad, and she'll be like, okay. And we don't argue about it, but I'll be upset because I'm just like, all right, she acknowledged the fact that I was upset. So that's as good as it's gonna get. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not that she was wrong, not that I was wrong, but I'm able to voice my opinion, and then we wake up the next day and
it's fine.
It's fine. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I told her, like, I don't necessarily want an apology sometimes. I say things because if you don't say nothing, then you're gonna let it build up. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, I'm telling you this now so it doesn't continue to be a problem. And if I do something, tell me so it won't continue to be a problem. Don't let it fester, as they say.
Right, exactly. Because then that resentment starts to come, and that tension that's not good.
Yeah.
We talked about crucial conversations, hard conversations, or even sometimes things that might seem crucial or hard, difficult, don't even be that big of a deal. And then after you get done, it's like, dang, I should have just said something earlier, could have avoided a whole problem. But listening to understand. A lot of people, they think that whenever someone comes to them with a problem or a concern, that it's an automatic conflict. So then they just start getting on the defensive side, and it's really not like that. Like,
and that's not even just in relationships. That's just in life. Mm-hmm. Like, if people would really hear people's intent instead of, they said this is X, Y, and Z to me. I'd be like, if I ever go off on a person, I promise you deserved it.
Facts. Because
I will try to communicate, say things here and that, but it's not my fault that you don't understand what I'm saying to you. Because, remember those critical thinking questions on the paper when we was in elementary?
Yeah.
I don't think people really took that shit serious. Mm-mm. Like, man, I don't think they really, like, critical thinking is a real skill, and I feel like a lot of people don't critically think anymore. Like, that's why people have less stressful jobs. Like, I'm not saying a job is not a job, but for instance, at my job, I'm constantly on the go, unlocking stuff. I got to do certain forklifts and stuff. So I have to focus because I'm just like, shit, I got to get something down from way up top. Some people wouldn't want a job like that. It's too high pressure. Like, for instance, I don't think I would want to be a CEO of a company.
Yeah.
Because, it's too much that you got to have your hands on. It's like you the CEO of this company, which let's just say Sears, for instance. It was a whole bunch of Sears, so it's like you the CEO of Sears. You're the overseer of all these motherfucking Sears, no matter where they at in the world. Paperwork, all this, like, nope. I'm not a paperwork type of person. Like, I don't want to write files down. I don't want to do that. Mm-hmm. That's too much for me. So that's too much critical thinking for me.
I like that though. Yeah. Well, you brought up the sheets and having to do those stuff. We might need to consider holding a workshop. I'm not saying, we're the most critical thing people, but it could be useful.
No, seriously. Yeah, I see where you're going because you know what? That's this is relationship, this is friendship, but this is just when you talk and go to interviews, because you know people don't have interview skills anymore. Simply because they don't know how to talk to people. Like, yeah, like I watched this one dude come in and he got an interview. Like, yeah, he just kept saying, yeah. It wasn't like yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. He came in looking, however, like, you know, people don't dress up no more. I'd be like, bro, like this generation,
yeah.
And I hope this reaches one of them. But yeah, in order to be married in this generation, you gonna have to find somebody that their parents are almost like your parents, because a lot of these kids are young and really dumb and full of cum.
Yeah, it's not for the right reasons. Then they wonder why they're unhappy. Well, now that benefit is gone,
yeah,
what do you need them for? So now it's just like y'all just existing. That sounds like a boring way to live. Because at the end of the day, one day it's just going to be y'all. Like, even if you have kids, grandkids, they're going to move out. They got their own stuff going on. They'll come back every now and then, but it's y'all. So why not have a best friend, a partner in your best friend, et cetera, vice versa, whatever.
Yeah.
Why not, like, have someone who you actually genuinely love, care about? And I say that to say, the full term of y'all's relationship, y'all's marriage and everything, it's not always going to be peaches and rainbows. There's going to be times when you start feeling yourself kind of fall out of love, but you still love them. At that point, yeah, let's sit down, let's have a talk, let's see what's going on, let's see how we can switch this, because, I mean, it's work. It's a partnership. It's work. So find a team within each other. Like, y'all not competitors.
Stop trying to do it. Stop being competitors, because once you start competing against somebody, it's gonna be hard because this is mine. Everything this is mine. That's why I tell Kelsey, like, this car is your car as well. Like, just let me know if you need it, because the car's been in the shop for a minute. I'm like, hey, like, you have a car. Like, this ain't just my car. Because I pay the car note on it, but guess what? If you need it, you can definitely use it whenever you want. You don't have to ask me. I could be asleep. Oh, can I use it? Wake me up, girl? Just get in the car. Like, it doesn't matter. But yeah, for the most part, I'll just happy wife, happy life. I think for me, yes, because if I can keep Takeza happy, then I know I'm gonna be happy, because that makes me happy, making her happy. Not what I can buy for her, but anything she asks for me, like I try my best to do it. But I also get that reciprocate. Like, she does the same in return. So I do agree with it. But for some people, I don't agree with it, because I'm not about to sacrifice my happiness if I'm not happy. Like, I'm not about to make you happy and I'm not happy. I don't care. I'm with my boy. I don't care how much money you make, none of that. Like, I just can't sacrifice who I am, because I had done it. And when you do that, that's when I'm just like, yeah, that's what you're doing when you say that happy life, you're sacrificing. I feel like that's almost like an excuse for some dudes.
Right. Like,
oh, happy wife, happy life, right? No. Because, okay, but are you happy? That's the question I'm going to start asking, like, but are you happy, though?
But what about you?
Yeah.
What about you? Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm not saying we're like marriage counselors, therapists, or whatever, but when you start seeing things, especially from the outside looking in, or even personal testimony, I mean, just take some of this. Just take some of this in. Please, y'all, just think about it. Think on it. If you're in a relationship, you're thinking about getting married, or if you are married, just
talk it out.
Try to talk it out.
And if you can't, please separate, because you ain't doing nothing but continuously adding hurt and pain. And if you have kids involved, then you're hurting the kids too. But you really hurting your mental, because you're not going to be able to see, it's just my opinion, you're not going to be able to see past anything other than, my kids and this man, or my kids and this woman.
It only gets worse.
Yeah, because they're going to grow up. And then what? Like, and if y'all still into it, then y'all should have, because I see some people, and I see some people stay in relationships because to raise their kids.
Yeah.
And they be doing X, Y, and Z, and it's just like, but the effect you're putting on your kids, because, kids know, they gonna find out, they gonna see this, they gonna be like, damn, like, I thought mom and dad loved each other, not knowing that mom and dad ain't been loving each other for the longest, and they just been in this relationship.
Then they find out they got secret brothers and sisters elsewhere.
Yeah, that's how it go. Well, man, it's been real. It's been cool. Thank y'all for tuning in one more time. We are doing visuals, so like,
subscribe,
and follow wherever you get your podcast from. Thank y'all for tuning in to.
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
Make sure you
like,
subscribe
and follow
wherever you get your podcast from.
That's right, Otis. Whatever you say, Otis.
It's been real. It's your boy OT,
and Miss Dorothy.
and we'll see you on the next episode of.
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis. Y'all ain't stupid. They coming to see me.